Yeah. I thought it was important to get a list of all the agreements. Yeah. Mhm. Seems that some of these treaties are being breached. Yeah. In addition to the general treaties involved, the Hague Convention in respect to the Pacific Settlement of International Disputes, Hague Convention in 1907, the Versailles Treaty, in respect of the Free City of Danzig and the Kellogg-Briand Pact. Now, this happened to Germany, yes, where we have this agreement, and it should be scrupulously enforced. And for some reason, the United States is refusing to do that. Now, when you really think about from 1934 to 2019, yeah, seems like we signed a lot more of these. And our allies are actually liable for the United States' refusal to enforce the laws. I'm suing every nation of the world. Now, the reason this kind of thing happens, yes, where you decided to issue a protection order, yes, where I was not given any notice or opportunity to be heard, yeah, and the notice of the hearing wasn't served on myself as the respondent. There was no personal service, service by mail, or service by publication. Yeah. I didn't receive actual notice of the hearing. Oh, I wasn't present at the hearing. Yes. And the order was not issued in accordance with the full faith and credit provisions of the VAWA. Now, I really have a difficult time with any court issuing any court order where you took my five sons, yes, knowing that Heidi Budnick did not fill this out. No. Didn't appear in court. Didn't sign it. Yes. You didn't give me any notice or opportunity to be heard. And you used forgeries to issue it. Now, it's an obvious war crime involving kidnapping. The falsification of evidence against myself. Yes. The falsification of my state issued identification. Yes. The false arrest and false imprisonment. And then the issuance of fraudulent mental health evaluations. Now, I would want to know, yes, as I said when I wrote this, yeah, why I wasn't served before there was a court hearing. And you said it was because I was crazy. Well, I think we're really involved with some serious crimes against humanity. Yes. Now, since I wasn't in Squim and the police department is not willing to exonerate me of any wrongdoing, yes, you won't remove any of the actual incriminating evidence against yourselves? Yes. You won't give me my sons right now. I think I have all the necessary evidence to prove that the United States has refused to enforce their international treaties. They breached the treaties with other nations. Yes. And they're getting sued as a federal government as well as the independent agencies and departments of the United States. Now, I've emailed a lot of emails. And I've said in each one of them, well, here's the evidence, yes, that there's forgery, there's fraud, there's kidnapping, there's misprisioning of felony and treason. And no one in the United States was willing to enforce the actual treaties of this nation. They've been breached, documented, international war crimes. Now, the same thing happened to Poland, yes, because the aggression against that nation, England and France, yeah, because nobody wanted. Well, I'm going to obligate you to do it. See, as a citizen of an allied nation where there are treaties and agreements, yes, I can obligate other nations, and there's going to be some damages involved. An ally is a nation tied to another by treaty or alliance. Yes. Same thing as what happened during World War II is happening today. Yes. And since I have emailed numerous other nations It looks to me like their governments don't really understand. Yes. Now, the Alta Praditio, what is the definition of treason? Two, making war against the United States of America, allowing for individuals to illegally transport, yes, communication equipment called a biochip. Let's go. And the whole thought that, well, I can just bribe the police. Yes. I can bribe a judge. Ooch. I can kidnap his sons right now. See, I don't think you can. I think it's an actual crime. Now, this infamous crime known as crimes against humanity, ooch, where you're going to be sued in each and every nation of the world, where there is what's known as treaties, agreements, conventions. Yes. I am going to use the court system of the world, and I'm going to name you, yes, as well as every document where you said Jefferson County Sheriff's Department, yes, originating agency, officer number 00638, that on June 16th of 2017, yes, I was in Jefferson County. I had violated the no contact provisions of the fraudulent protection order. Yes. And that on or about or before that day, you received an email. Yes. Of myself demanding that you remove the protection order. Now, let's say that I found out that sheriff's departments were complicit in the treason against the United States of America. You know, I didn't write those emails thinking that, well, they'll just probably ignore them. They'll just say, well, he's a mentally ill homeless man that doesn't see the difference in two signatures. Right, right. Didn't realize the crime of issuing a court order without any petitioner's signature. Didn't understand that when you served me in the Sequim Public Library, yes, the individual that served me had the want of humiliating me. Ooch. And then I found out about the breach of contractual obligations, the weapon surrender form. I know you're a police department, but you happen to be enforcing a very fraudulent document that has been used to arrest me multiple times, and you've never defended me, and your whole modus operandi, yes, was to conceal all your felony and treason. Now, for myself, yes, I looked at this patenting process of the various innovations that I've documented. Yeah. And all my mail is still going to 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Well, I think I'm going to have a state issued identification. Yes. To be able to work with a patent attorney that might provide me pro bono assistance as an individual that does fit the description of somebody below the poverty line. Yeah. And for as many times as I said, well, I'm actually a multi-trillionaire. You right now. You've been playing this like I was stupid. Yeah, get me all the patent attorneys and every patent that has been issued or applied for in every patent office of the world. Now, for every nation that has any knowledge of this, yes, the infamous crime of obstructing an individual from patenting his innovations, yes, his intellectual property. I'm going to sue you as a nation, United States of America, for knowingly utilizing, yes, a falsified identification so that I would know when there's court hearings. Oops, you're ducked. Now, I did put quite a few documents on the war crimes drive. And I'm telling you, Sheriff, I really want my sons today, and I want to speak to Marilyn about the possibility of annulling the actual adoption that she and Mike had participated in. Now, I want Legina to know that I have always thought of myself as being her father. Yes, from the first day that I seen her when I was living in the fifth wheel. I bought her a little doll at the Walmart. She might remember that. She was only 2 years old. I took it out of the packaging, yes, and I gave it to her because I thought that the State Department had an obligation to prevent, in fact, to prosecute any exploitation of any child from any nation, inclusive of the United States. As a citizen of the United States, Legina, yes, you have the legal right to have annulled the original adoption. And then you have the legal right to obligate the State Department to reissue the adoption in my name and Maryland's name so that I can parent you. Now, I noticed that there's some international adoption agreements and treaties of the United States of America. I think that I can sue every nation of the world that has any knowledge of the exploitation of an adopted daughter from Haiti. Yes. Now, it says here that you can't be adopted again. See, the law, yes, at least in the European Council, yes, the Council of Europe shall not permit a child to begin to be again adopted. Save in one or more of the following circumstances. Yes. Now, where the child is adopted by the spouse of the adopter. Huh. Let's say that I married Marilyn. Could happen. You never know, it might happen. Yes. I could adopt you if I was Marilyn's husband. Yes. But she would need to separate from Mike, and I would need to speak to her about that. Yes. Now, where the former adopter has died. Yes. Let's say Mike was put to death. Yes. Capital offense. Treason. It says any person that has not, where the former adoption has been annulled. Since the adoption took place in the United States, you were adopted from Haiti. Yes. But the adoption was accepted by the United States of America. And I documented that you were being exploited in a Rotarian newsletter. Yes. As was Marilyn being victimized as the victim of a hate crime. Yes. Where you used the image of my sister as being Marilyn Van Proyn. I think the annulment of the original adoption. Yes. And then we just asked the State Department, how'd you like to fix this right now? Now, last night I was sitting in front of a Masonic temple. Now, after I'd been to the community dinner, yes, and I thought Legina's biological parents in Haiti thought there might be some money in this, and I thought, no, see, Legina didn't exploit herself, no, and the Sequim Police Department, the Clallam County Sheriff's Department wouldn't prosecute Mike for doing it, yes. And the United States of America didn't enforce the actual adoption agreement that did take place when she was adopted. Yes. So it could be that you're somewhat complicit in the, well, listen, government of Haiti. Why don't you get me the agreements and treaties of the United States of America? Ooh. Now I know you have been victimized by a hurricane numerous times. Yep. I might be able to fix that problem for you. In fact, I'd be happy to sell the government of Haiti numerous innovations that would protect your island nation. Maybe you'd like to write me a fat check today.